Get rid of Epiphany. Again, perfect penultimate answer. Love to see it. They thought I had a counterspell. They thought I had a counterspell and conceded early because I went to move to my hand. That's exactly what happened there. I was just going to foretell this. Wow. Actually, you know what? My opponent knows I foretold it because it shows them. Wow. Opponent, you just got ahead of yourself. Yep, they thought I was going to cast a counterspell. That's exactly what happened there. I have not seen that in a long time, but I guarantee you that's why they conceded. Get wrecked. Okay, we are here with Flubs the Fool. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are familiar with this card. Also, I'll say right now, I'm trying to not say I'm going to try to just not say as best I can. So this is a Storm deck. I'm running every card in the game that lets me play additional lands. You really want to empty your hand with Flubs, so then you can draw a bunch of cards off the top, sort of chain them together. It makes more expensive cards harder to cast, because, well, just the nature. Well, I should say harder to trigger Flubs, not necessarily harder to cast. There's plenty of ramp and stuff in here. Things like Ren's Resolve. Oh, I did it. I said, Things like Ren's Resolve don't put cards to your hand. They exile them, and you have quite a good amount of time to actually cast them. This seems like a very good deck. I did it again! A very good deck to play Oracle. All of the Oracle cards are actually good here. Usually that's not the case for me, but playing Mox is fine when you want cheap spells to have an empty hand. That's why I have all these 0-mana spells over here. There's cards like Lava or Axe, or no, Lightning Axe might come in. I had Treasure Cruise in here for a second. It just didn't seem like I was flooding my graveyard super fast while also wanting to actually put a bunch of cards into my hand, so I ended up taking that out. Choice of Fortunes might be a relic of that idea, but I'm still going to keep this in here. It still seems like a solid card. It's also a lot of looks at what is essentially the de facto best card in the deck by a landslide, and for some reason every Flub opponent I play just has it. Song of Creation. If you play this, you might just outright win the game. I don't own Gamble, but you could play Gamble. It's a 1-mana tutor. You shuffle your hand and then discard a card at random. I don't know why I said you shuffle your hand, but you discard a card at random. Knowing me, I'll always discard Song of Creation if I gamble for it. I'm just not willing to craft it. Again, I'm kind of a free-to-play player. I don't have a Mythic, and that's all I've got for that one, but Song of Creation is super powerful. It kind of wins every time you play it, so if you're a whole game plan... I honestly don't really like this card because it's so much better than everything else in the deck by a landslide. It kind of makes it kind of lame when you have it. It's like, oh, okay, but that's just the nature of card games, right? It is just so powerful. It's basically a 4-mana... what is it? Approach the Second Sun, really, that you almost don't have to cast a second time. It will see 7 cards, at least, that's for sure. I'm running everything that discounts spells, except the medallions. I don't know if the medallions make sense in here. I had them in here to start. Looking at the color distribution, it didn't seem like the green one was super useful. The red one is kind of useful, and the blue one is like, they're all just not useful enough. And I don't know which one is the best. And if it is the green one, I would rather run Rampant Growth. So, just none of the medallions. I'm pretty sure this is a Storm deck, so I'm running Grape Shot. I don't imagine I'm actually killing anyone with Grape Shot, but I don't have a giant creature to end the game. I don't have River's Rebuke or Cyclonic Rift. These are cards that might just make your opponent concede, right? If you just draw 15 cards, and then you bounce your opponent's board, they'll probably concede. This might be one of those decks that you don't necessarily need a win condition, but we'll see. If I end up needing River's Rebuke, Cyclonic Rift and stuff, I'll add them, and I'll probably find that out pretty quickly. So like, comment, subscribe. Let's see how my Flubs does. Let's see what Flooby Boy is up to here, right? Alright, I think I said 3 times in the intro. 3. But, hey, you know what? I kept it under 5 minutes, alright? So we do that, we do this. Put that into play. Can name red off of this. Can, yeah, do a whole bunch of things, honestly. Let's actually play this. Play this. This is a little awkward, actually. Put it on red. Play this, name frog. And then do that. Alright, I actually dumped my hand incredibly quickly. That's pretty cool. I did it way faster than I thought it would. It's the first hand I had, so okay. Still has a card in it that I can't necessarily cast. Now what? Now what? Now what? Do I just simply play this? I think so. My hand is empty so fast, I might not have to worry about a whole bunch of stuff here, right? Might be my logic. What exactly does this do? Can't even remember. I played it too. This is the one that makes rats? Yeah. So if I play this and play Command Tower, I lose the Windfall. What I kind of want to lose the Windfall, so I will do this. I actually kind of hope they kill Flubs, because I don't think Flubs is doing anything right now. The Anarchomancer is just seems like it's a better... Yeah, right, they do kill Flubs, which I, again, kind of disagree with. That. No big deal, though. So I am representing a counterspell. I don't know if my opponent's going to respect it. Alright, I can play this and then just start doing things. At least draw a single card, even if they kill it. I don't know why they let me draw first. I think that's unusual. Okay, they killed what I would argue was a better target this time. But I currently don't have anything. But their commander's not in play. So, they kind of want to get it into play, I would assume, before they do things, right? I don't even like making me discard, but I guess it makes sense. Reckless Impulse may have been a very good card, but we will see. Let's do that and blue, and use so we don't use we don't use the blue mana here. Flusterstorm. It's only for 1, right? Or it's a spell pierce essentially. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll take it. Commercial District and Stomping Ground. So I want to play the tapped land. And that's another one. And we display this. Untapped? Okay, I didn't think I could keep going here. Alright. Here's Flubs doing crazy stuff. Okay, so I can play this and draw a card. Send it. Tragic. Can play this, get rid of Llanowar Elves? Does that make any sense? No, not really. Alright, well, I mean, I'm doing things. I just don't know how amazing those things are. Did they miss a land drop, or is it just... Was that just my turn? Did my turn just take that long? I guess it did take that long, okay. You got it. Again, I don't really agree with the discarding here. I think I would not do that. Maybe you just have to. Maybe you just have to. Like, you gotta worry about whatever I may or may not have. I guess that kind of makes sense. So, don't see big incentive to play Epiphany here. Okay, that was... Well, I have to discard the land, but I can't get rid of Scute Swarm, obviously. That's... And then this lets me draw, right? Because the card in hand. Ooh, boy. Ooh, this is great. This is ideal. Okay. I really, really don't want to get rid of this card. So... Set... Oh, can't do that. Now what? Think. Put this... Yeah. Alright. You got it. That's all I've got. I really want Oracle to stick around. Or it would be ideal for me to maybe have those cards in my deck. They need to kill 2 Scute Swarms, and I don't believe they can if I crack this in response. But if they can, congratulations. I just don't think that's possible. I don't think it's even close, actually. Sure. That's a lot of removal spells. None of it went to Flubs, but I think at this point maybe that's just... It's like too late to worry about Flubs. Also, Flubs isn't doing that much. Like, there's always a chance it doesn't do anything, right? Alright, they get some ratty boys. We play out the good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can cast this. I will. It also draws a card. Oh, hey, look! Said I'd probably do it pretty quickly. Here I am. I'm adding Cyclonic Rift and River's Rebuke after my first game. Flubs also might want to mulligan a lot. I didn't think of that. We can start every game with less cards in hand. Does that make sense? I feel like that kind of makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. Gilded Goose is not super crucial. Okay, of course they have the answer. Why not? Typical Grixis control with its perfect curve. Let's play this. Let's go get... I don't know. Breeding Pool? Sure. And then play this on blue. I think I need more red. Alright. That's alright. That is alright. Local store near you having proxy tournament. Getting a Gaia's Cradle? Oh, wow. So... now what? Cast Flooby Boy. This is just all ugly. Everything I'm doing right now is just so bad. Wait, what? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't part of my... It was not on my radar. Gaia's Cradle, you say? Is it the Judge one, or is it the... not Judge one? Alright. It's pretty important that Song of Creation resolves. If it doesn't, I'll just scoop, because I'm not going to waste my time against this deck. No idea which version. Okay, it resolved. Can't believe it. I suppose I'll play this for the funnies. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and not play it. I'm just not going to play it. I'll just discard it. It's kind of the same. Alright, so I basically have Flubs that they can't blow up because they're a Grixis deck. Well, I'm not paying too much attention right now, is it? Okay. That's a whole lot of lands. Kind of tragic. Ah, there it is. Took me way too long. It's in my vintage fungus deck. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Bask in its glory. What is my opponent doing? Doing this for 3? Of course they can. Why does this commander have 4 toughness, dude? I swear. Commercial district. Suppose that works. doesn't cost as much as Magic Online, that's for sure. Holy lands, Batman. I suppose I'm just draining my deck of lands by doing all this? So many lands. Red, blue. Put the red in play? Alright, well, so far I haven't actually drawn anything that's super crucial. Let's play this for 0, shall we? Gotta go play the... Since you're addicted, yeah. Yep, nice having you. Enjoy yourself. Let's play... this and this. I'm a third of the way through my deck, and my opponent only has 2 cards. I don't think I can play any more lands. I would love to have at least played these, but... On the bright side, I didn't actually discard anything super crucial. This is the power of Song of Creation. It's just in a league of its own. It's actually seen a third of my deck. But I do need to get things going. I need to actually, like, do something here. My opponent in their measly 1 card a turn. Okay, what the heck costs 6, 7, 8, 9? What is that? Oh. Of course. Wait. What does this matter? Why do I care about this? What does this do? I don't care about this at all. Yeah, I don't care about that at all. I was about to say, maybe that's complete nonsense, but nope. My opponent steals Brainstorm. Of course they do. Of course they do. Yay. Probably one of the best things I could have stolen. No, that's not true. An extra turn would have made me lose. So, I was being hyperbolic. Prismari Command is interesting. Let's get rid of this card. Let's treasure token and draw discard. Oh no, they stack wrong. They stack wrong. Oh no, I have to manually stack. Well, I guess wait, yes I do. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Auto order triggered abilities. Tragic. Discard 2 cards. Alright, here we go. Let's do it like that. So, Flubs draws. So yeah, see, I had to stack it manually. Haha! Let's play... land, get rid of Flare. Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. See? I told you! You don't need to show a win condition! I told you! I don't know if they saw it. But yeah, the context is missing, you're right. Alright, what does this do? Proliferate, draw cards. Alright, that's probably a little bit more difficult than my way of drawing cards, but I can get behind it. I can certainly get behind it. I will look at the top card. Look at that. Look at these legacy level plays. I don't have a green card for that, so I guess I'm getting rid of it. Look at those plays, dude. Look at those plays. I'm not going to get cute. I'm just going to play a Surveil land. Or, excuse me, a Triome. Once before your favorite card ever printed was in Arena or not? Oh, there I go, saying and Shieldred the Whispering One is my first mythic rare on paper, so I really like that card a lot. I like Elish Norn as a character a lot, too. I think Praetors in general are really, really cool. I don't think I have a favorite card ever. Oh, my favorite Swamp art is also in Magic Arena, so I don't know. Maybe I have to give that more thought. A lot of what I really like is on Arena, and some of it isn't. Thallid, simply Thallid, is one of my favorite cards. Of all the cards you could possibly say. Could just play Flubs. A little awkward, but maybe that's what I'm in the market for? In the market to do this, and then just get rid of something in my hand, like one of these two, maybe this one. Okay. Kind of weird, but like, not that weird. It is sort of what I want to be doing. It just feels weird. But we are interested in playing off the top. Like a lot. Okay. So... best I don't run into... Counterspell? Okay. Let's play Strike It Rich and not cast this Kami. I could cast the Kami, but I don't see a reason to, so I just won't. That bounce was strange. They had nothing to proliferate either. Very unusual to me. They didn't even play their commander first. Okay, what the heck does that do? What does this do? Loyalty as a... faction... Okay. Phyrexian Obliterator. One of my favorite cards. I have a few of those, actually. Quite a few Phyrexian Obliterators. So, land... I mean, Flubs, and then... this... these triggers don't matter, I can stack them whatever. Get rid of Rifty Boy? Yeah. Play this... Can I... Yep, there we go. Alright, well, my hand is empty. I will upkeep Surveil. Your friends get a good laugh. Your favorite card is Progenitus. You just have Progenitus piles? Nice. Progenitus is cool. I never played Progenitus, though. Never played it. I also have a soft spot for Sun Titan. I kind of like Sun Titan a lot. Because I used to play... one of my first decks was... well, my first deck was Reanimator. Before we played, like, Modern or anything as a group. And I just played a lot of, Sun Titan Animate Deads. Okay, so... send it? Oh. Okay, I think I want to turn off that stacking thing. It only matters with Song of Creation. Okay, play that. I cannot play an additional land. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. Yes, I can. I literally can do that because of this card. So let's level this up. And I think I'll play the Mox instead of the land, actually. And then we do this. Okay, okay. That's a good draw. That's a really good draw here, actually. Kind of tragic. It's named Frog. Hello, Frog? Where are you? Okay, Frog, thanks. Appreciate you. I like Child of Alara, too. That's a cool one. Oh, hey, it's River's Rebuke, which I cannot cast, so... suppose I'll send this. Does this untap the... no, it doesn't. Tragic. So, got nothing to do, and hope my opponent doesn't do anything busted. I'm not terribly concerned with anything my opponent has done so far, and I do have this sitting here. That is scary. That's cool. I haven't seen this card ever, actually. I've never seen anyone play this in Magic Arena. That's on point. Alright. Child of Alara is a funny commander. They banned Golos, and I'm like, alright, I'll just play Child of Alara. Good luck. Alright, do we win? Again, see, look at that. Our win condition is River's Rebuke and Cyclonic Rift. Again. Oh, I have Song of Creation? I didn't even look at that. I literally didn't even see it. So, fishing for a blue source then. Well, I guess I was doing that anyways. But... like, Felia is really, really good for a white commander. It could be better with red in it. Okay, my opponent just turn one'd the penultimate answer to said Song of Creation. Fascinating. Alright, they've answered everything I plan on doing with my life. That's cool. And none of this is going to matter if I don't draw a blue source. So... green, do this for 2. Don't know what I'm finding. Can I find a... I guess I can get Birds of Paradise. It's kind of weird, but I guess I will. I don't see why I shouldn't. Alright, that doesn't actually do anything at all, which is kind of funny. Because my deck is actually more on the cheaper side. My opponent might actually go 3 for 3 for answering everything I've done. Okay, looks like they did not. Looks like they actually didn't. Lucky us. Play this as a 1/1? Might as well. It's not doing anything else. River's Rebuke is not very exciting right now. I might not cast it, but my opponent's aware of it. Alright, look at that. Look at that. My opponent answered my Song of Creation, which is by far the strongest card in my deck. Cute Swarm, which is also very strong. And I still won. Apparently 5 mana, draw 5 is just really good, so... let's do that. Let's do this. I might actually Fable on 2. This is a pretty good... I'll play this as well. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, though. Okay, I don't know why they waited. Yeah, that's how I get there, you're right. That's what you have to do to get to Salty Scooping. Is, do that. Oh no, there goes my... wait, okay. Wait, what? Okay. Now what? I'd rather them not draw a card, but I also kind of, like, don't care because this is what I'm choosing to do, so... alright, they're drawing Field of Ruin. Can't say I care about that. I drew Poop. They play Field of Ruin and have an immediate answer to my token. Of course they do. Well, why not? Excellent. Let's get rid of Bonesaw and that land. Okay, I drew the best card in my deck. I'd like to now leave up Gilded Goose mana and cast it. It's up to my opponent to blow it up, and if they can't, I basically win the game. If they can't blow this up, but maybe I still don't. I don't know. Okay. That's an interesting draw. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't believe it's Reprieve in hand. I'm just going to cast Song of Creation, I think. Not sure what else I'd want to do here. Might even pay for the Esper Sentinel so they don't draw. I really don't know what to do here. I might just cast Brainstorm, actually. Maybe that's fine. Alright, let's play this on Frog. And then... just cast this? I really don't know what to do here. You know what? I'm going to just pass the turn. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pass the turn. I'm going to have these two up. I can blow up Esper Sentinel. My opponent has mono removal, but it makes sense. They're black-white. Nonsense. I'd love them to cast an artifact, like a mana rock. It's moderately likely they do as well, so... would like to see that, especially on turn 4. Although I did leave up a bunch of mana. Okay, I did not expect that. I will use this opportunity to as the food token doesn't actually do anything. Cast Brainstorm once this resolves. Alright. I'm a little beside myself that that's what my opponent chose to do. It's a little interesting there. So, treasure, draw 2. Get rid of that and this. And I want to stay with a healthy amount of stuff. Let's do that and this. We can put this on top and draw it for the turn, because I don't want to discard Flick a Coin. Right? Play birds and Shivan Reef instead of the forest, actually. Sure, why not? Alright, so I lose the forest, and now it's up to my opponent. Oh, wait, do I? No, I can play it. Never mind, never mind. All these additional land trigger things are confusing me. Alright, if Song of Creation dies, I'm upset. They are a black-white deck. They're one of the ways, one of the decks that can blow it up. They do not have it. Do I have the mana to do everything I want? I do, so we have to click remove the auto trigger. Looks like I'm not casting Flick a Coin. Alright, Flubs. Do stuff. I'm losing my hand. Let's cast this. Can get rid of... Okay, we stack it this way now, so we can discard, like, something that doesn't really matter. Let's play that. Let's get rid of this. And foretell here. Play this. Stack it so Flubs draws this time. Both stack orders have actually mattered. It's kind of funny. That was an interesting draw, although, I don't know. I don't know. Mox Amber is good. I'd rather not have discarded the Oracle, though. And I am out of gas. Alright, I'm out of gas. I have a lot of lands in play. This is what my board state looks like. I don't really care about my board state, actually. It doesn't really do anything. To be honest with you. Now that I'm thinking about it. They could have X'd... Well, that doesn't really do anything. And there's the perfect answer. I assume they just top-decked it because they didn't cast it last turn. Of course. Why not? That was a phenomenal draw. Sort of. It's not, like, amazing, but... Alright, it was enough for my opponent to concede. This is another spot where I could literally just take an extra turn, draw 3 cards, not do much, take another turn, draw 2 cards, not do much, pass the turn, get hit by a sweeper. But my opponent wasn't willing to play it out, right? This is, yet again, another example. I don't really need Ulamogs and stuff. So I only like this hand if it finds a land, but I can surveil for one, so sure. I have to get red-green would be the ideal scenario here. I like this commander from the opponent. I'm actually a fan of it. I like that deck. I haven't played it, though. Alright, this is a land. It's not a blue land, but it's a land, so... Sure. We cast Explorer off of this. And I might even just run out the Faithless Looting here. I might just send it. I can't imagine there's a Spell Pierce. I don't even think I'd be upset with a Spell Pierce, but so be it. I don't think this is Spell Pierce. Probably just getting a Surveil land or something. Yep, that's what I figured. Okay, so Faithless Looting. Be mana efficient. Get rid of you and you. Yep, that's fine with me. Mana Rock. Hey, look who called it. Look who called it. Look whose deck doesn't work on curve. Surely it isn't mine. So let's play this. I can't level this up, right? No. Okay, that. I cannot find a card off that either. Yeah, that was a very unexciting turn, but I think it was just the best thing I could do. I want to just get Druid class in play. Maybe I could have played Oracle as well. Yeah, because now we're suffering through this stupid stuff, right? Another land. I can cast Flubs, and if it doesn't work, is my life over? I think my life might be over. Can level this up, play another land, cast Flubs that way. You know what? I think it's wise to ignore Flubs until my hand is basically empty. Maybe I should have been doing that sooner. Maybe this just is better. I don't really care if Oracle gets countered. It actually is not doing really anything, but who knows? Opponent thinks it is, so they want to get rid of it. Sure. Doesn't feel like it's doing anything, though. Okay, well, I don't know why they had to think about mana drain. I don't know why that was hard. Interesting. My opponent wasn't sure if they wanted Dark Ritual or not. Oh, excuse me, better. Literally better than Dark Ritual. My opponent wasn't sure if that's what they wanted to do. Strange. That is in no way at all what I thought they would have done, but it leaves up counter magic, so what they do. Let's play this for 3? Scute Swarm? Is Scute Swarm even right? That doesn't even seem like the right hit. Maybe it is. How else am I, like, not dying to what's happening in my face? They didn't counter it, so... Okay. I can take 6 all day. There are still no tokens in play. Well, for a mana drain, that was pretty tame, honestly. I mean, it cheated out Wormcoil Engine, and I'm still calling it tame, which just shows you the degeneracy of mana drain on average. Suppose I play that. These triggers don't have a meaningful order. So if I do get to making zillion Scute Swarms and make it so the only thing my opponent can do is Cyclonic Rift and River's Rebuke, I suppose I can actually win this game? I can play this land, right? Yep, I have another land trigger. Alright, so, I mean, like I said, it's River's Rebuke or Cyclonic Rift? Probably. Oh, I guess I can just simply cast that. Bask in my quarter shield. Bask, I say. That can actually draw a land, I suppose, technically, right? I can play a land if I draw one now, right off the Grazer. I actually did draw a land. Too bad it's tapped. Yeah, Mana Drain was more... No, that's not even true, though, was it? Mana Burn wouldn't make Mana Drain any worse. It just makes it a black spell. You're just paying life for mana now. It's, like, not even worse. Okay, I'm not going to get rid of the original Scute Swarm, and... Congratulations, if you have the card that wins the game on the spot. Congratulations. By the way they've been playing, I would imagine they do not. But I don't know. They're playing slow enough to make me think they definitely do not. They want Wormcoil Engine to die, which makes sense to me. I'm not going to bother putting everything into play or in front of it. So it makes 2 tokens, and then both of those tokens, including the 2/1, are now 3/3s. But this is still, to me, absolutely worth it. I have to get Wormcoil out of the way eventually. Wormcoil is under the ground. Wormcoil is having a seizure. Wormcoil is now dead. Okay, this is just, I would say a good draw, but it just kind of cycles itself. Honestly, we'll see what it does. It could just get counterspelled. Which I'm kind of fine with. I have a fetch lane in play already. Flubs will draw a card regardless. Alright, they didn't have River's Rebuke. They didn't have Cyclonic Rift, so we win the game. That was not looking good, honestly. It was not looking good, but like I said, the mana drain wasn't that devastating, even though it put this into play, right? People probably would just concede if they saw this sometimes, but of all the things they could have done, I'm not really upset with the 6/6 lifelink. Death Touch doesn't matter really at all in this matchup in any way, but... That is not a blue source. Kind of unbelievable. Don't worry, opponent. I'm not doing anything either. Both of us not doing anything in the first couple turns is kind of insane, actually. My opponent not having lands is also completely insane. A little beside myself, not gonna lie. Maybe I wanted to strike it rich so I could escape, but my opponent has given me an insane amount of time by not having what they need. So, do we top deck it? No, we do not. Okay, so this game might be totally over. We'll see. I don't believe it's looking too good for my opponent, though. I'm going to go ahead and say it's really, really, really not looking good for my opponent. I'm gonna take that shot in the dark and say it's probably not looking too good. The fact that I don't have to do anything for a while is really nice. I can just casually play Magic and not, like, try to race out Flubs and dump my hand because my opponent kept this. Now, I don't know what all of this is worth it to my opponent. Like, I don't know what their hand looked like, that this was a good idea. But it certainly was something. Alright. They found a land, and it was the right color, and it was also untapped. I don't know how you don't cast Ivy. I don't know why we're thinking. Alright. Apparently, this is better. Interesting. I feel like I would have cast Ivy there. Maybe Ivy wants always want a creature before you cast it. Kinda on the fence about agreeing with that, but sure. Especially missing land drop that much, might not have time. Alright, there's no way I don't cast this. I could have not played the land, but keeping a treasure token is probably better than, like, getting another Escape the Wilds land. Okay, I didn't even hit a second one anyways. Let us... I'll do some swingies. I'll swingies. I think. Yeah, I'll swingies. Okay. No fetch land then? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, alright. I just won't do anything. I like Mox Jet here. Yep, you got it. They drew another land, and it's a blue source, of course. This is probably the... Okay, that's not at all what I thought it would be, sure. This is a weird mutate because you have to spend mana. Like, you have to literally tap the creature to like, use that mutate. It's very, very strange. I can't say I'm a fan of it. But you got it. Okay, so this... I haven't actually played Burgie yet. This is kind of exciting. I can play Flooby Boy. Let's play this. Frog. Flubs. This. Get rid of... Finale or the land? You could probably get rid of the land, right? Cast Brainstorm? Get rid of Finale. Not much to do with all this red mana, honestly. Kind of unfortunate. Okay. Found something to do with all that red mana. So I'm going to cast this first to discard the Gilded Goose, and then I'll cast this, so Flubs gets me another card draw. And then, alright, not very exciting cards there. Just guess I'll do that. Alright, we're spinning wheels, it's just those wheels are not doing anything. Alright, I can cast one of these, or can I cast both? I might be able to cast both. Let's see, if I cast this... Yeah, I can cast both, because the fetch land. Alright, and then the trigger off of Nissa's Landfall. Oh, hey, look, it's just Black Lotus. Look at that. Just casual Black Lotus. We can probably remove this auto-order thing. Let's crack the Black Lotus. Wait, can I play this? Nope. Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, well, thank you, thank you. I'm doing things. It's just those things aren't coming to... Okay, that was a good draw. That was a good draw. That was a really good draw, actually. That was a phenomenal draw. Shuffle away that. Oh, hey, look, it's Time Walk. Who would have thought? Okay, so I really like this commander. Sometimes it's really good, and other times it feels as if you're not playing Magic the Gathering. You're just staring at your opponent doing things, and then you die. I was correct about Song of Creation. Every time I had it and it resolved, I basically win the game. Actually, I think I even won when my opponent blew it up. I think it was too late by the time they blew it up. It just did too much nonsense. Some of the expensive cards got in the way. If I had like 1 or 2 remaining cards in hand and they were both 5 or more, and Flubs wasn't going to chain because I had 2 big spells, and also at the point Flub not being in play, if that was the case, is even worse. So that's a little weird. However, there's not many of that going on anyways, so I'm not sure how bad that is. You can kind of ignore Flubs for a while and just play a normal game of Magic and let Flubs sit in the command zone. Some people will overestimate, or rather overcompensate for Flubs coming into play at any given time. So if it's sitting in play, if it's sitting in the command zone and they're not going to leave up mana all the time, then maybe it's fine to just cast it. But if they're always leaving up mana to worry about Flubs resolving, maybe just don't cast it and play normal Teamer ramp things. I would make the argument that this might, because you don't need Flubs, you could just play a Teamer ramp deck like you would Omnath, the Teamer Omnath, or something like that, and then have this in the command zone as a plan B, which is totally fine, and then you have a random chance to storm off and do stupid nonsense as well. It happened, I think, once or twice. It just stormed off. I didn't have any storm cards, but I just cast 15 spells and my opponent was done. So the not having a win condition, or a hard win condition that, like, Craterhoof Behemoth or something, it's just sort of like Scute Swarm, bounce spells, extra turns. And most people, basically everybody, concedes to that. So thanks for the stream. You have to watch the video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Good to have you. So with that in mind, the storm spell-based side of Flubs is viable, in my opinion, just because you don't have to make room for a bunch of big win-the-game spells. Even just one, I just don't think you have to make room. However, it still might just be better to cast random big spells and play Teamer Ramp. In fact, I'm curious what this deck looks like as Pock or something. I wonder if Flubs, just like the other ones, usually every commander that has green can kind of play a mono green deck. So I actually want to play Flubs as a mono green deck and see what happens. I'm I'm confident it's viable. I feel as though it's viable. I know that's more creature based, but you can draw a lot of cards and stuff, and your opponent might not respect your ability to play mono green out of nowhere. So I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but that's probably different enough where I won't continue talking about that version of it. I would still probably put Song of Creation in my mono green Flubs deck, by the way. Oh, I just moved it. The it's a weird commander. It is. It's very weird. The first chunk of games, I was trying to get it into play pretty quickly, and that led to me discarding one or two cards every time I untapped with it early. And that didn't feel too terrible, because once Flubs gets going, you're not too upset that you discarded some cards to get to that point. It's kind of fine. You're sort of building your deck to chain off the top of itself. It's just a little weird. It's like Frenzy, what is it? The card that you should never play. Yeah, Experimental Frenzy. I remember this saw a lot of play when I was climbing to super high mythic in standard with like blue-white control Teferi stuff. Goblin decks and red decks really liked Experimental Frenzy because, you know, you just can't really run out of cards when you have this, just chain it off the top, right? And then when you're done with it and your hand is full because you can't cast out of hand, you can just blow it up. I know that's a lot of mana, but it's almost like having this in the command zone, kind of. It's actually very close, because the cards you cast out of hand discard other cards, and that, you know, it's kind of the same. You could also maybe run Madness cards. There's not many Madness cards that are worth running in Temur. In fact, I really don't think there's any. I know there's like the Lizard, but I don't see why I care to put that Lizard in my deck just to sometimes discard it to Flubs. It feels very dumb. You could maybe replace it with one of these just for the sake of it, right? Like Flubs, the idea would be you have 2 cards in hand or something, and then you cast the spell, you Madness away the Lizard, or any 0 mana Madness or something cheap Madness wise. You cast it, and then that cast trigger triggers Flubs, and then you draw off the Madness card, right? Instead of simply casting the second spell with Flubs, because if you only have 2 cards and you cast one of them or play the land, you discard the other, and then you can't do anything with Flubs. Right? So 2 cards is like it's like the dead zone. You want 1, or you want a bunch to pitch down to 1. 2 is very depressing. 3 is ideal. 1 is fine as well. So maybe Madness doesn't make sense. And again, there's not many Madness options. But that is the logic behind all the 0 mana spells. I did take out Astral Cornucopia, made room for more relevant spells, as the 0 mana spells are kind of weird. They just seem a bit weird to me. I can kind of get them. I understand the idea. It's just sometimes 0 mana draw 2s or even 0 mana draw 1s are not where you want to be, even in a deck like this, right? At least my version of Flubs, it didn't seem to be the case, but all in all, I still kind of liked this commander. It did not pit me against tier 1 nonsense. That's always a plus, something to always take into consideration. There are certainly more cards I could have ran, like Is It Charm, stuff like that. Maybe even Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time. I did wind up having a lot of cards in the graveyard a fair amount of times, so Treasure Cruise and stuff. It does sort of go against Flubs, having a low hand, but you're sort of doing the same thing Flubs wants you to do, which is just draw cards anyways, and then the excess Flubs just gets rid of. So, I don't know, and sometimes you don't have Flubs. Sometimes you just don't have Flubs. So maybe there's room for those 2 cards. I can absolutely see it. This is definitely by far the best Oracle of the Alpha Commander. If you like this card, this is the deck to play it in. This is kind of the only deck I have respect for it, at least that I've played. I don't even like it in Loot, so I'm not a fan of this card. People just play it to high roll, I think, or they just like the 9 cards it throws in. But on average, this card is kind of terrible. But in this exact deck, I think is actually pretty good. So that's all I've got to say about this. Let me know what you thought about this iteration of Flubs. If you want to see a mono green Flubs, let me know. Or mono blue, maybe. Probably mono green. Or actually, even mono red. We can do storm stuff too. Huh? All three maybe viable. Maybe blue the least viable. But all right. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.